Hi everyone, it's Ashley with Going Crochetzy, and today I am bringing you another character series on reviews. So there's only 4 free Instagram patterns for you guys because I have been sick in the past week and I did not get to do very much crocheting. I was actually going to have this video be a week in my life of before my 5-day market, and that did not happen because I was sick and I did not get much crocheting done. So I did the best I could for you guys this week to get you at least these 4 characters. So of course with these reviews, it's all just my own opinion. It's what I felt, how I felt during the creation of these guys, and so I want you to be able to go and make your own opinions on these patterns. I'm just giving you guys some maybe tips and tricks along the way that will help you out, and let's get started. The fun thing about this one was I had some requests for characters along the way. As I requested last time, I said if there's anything you want to see, put it down in the comments, and I had some comments, and one of the comments was from Daisy TM, aka Bestie, if you guys have seen on my lives, and she requested for me to do a SpongeBob and Patrick. So I found this Patrick because I've been wanting to make him forever. He's been on my wish list to make, and so this one is Patty Star by kawaiicuddlebug. And I absolutely loved this pattern. I had 0 issues. I thought it was fun to make. I thought he was cute. I feel like he represents what he's supposed to represent. And he was very quick to make. So this is definitely a need to make if you want to. You can even size him up or size him down depending on what size you want him to be. I use Parfait Chunky and a size 4.5 millimeter hook. So if you wanted him bigger, you could go for a bigger yarn like a Bernat blanket or even a size 7 weight yarn and size up that hook. And if you wanted him smaller to make him more of a keychain size, then you would maybe go down to like a velvet or a worsted weight yarn, a 4-ply weight, and lower your size of hook, maybe to 3.5, a 4, a 3, to make him smaller. But he is definitely a must make if you like that character. And then I also ended up making this little SpongeBob, and this was under kawaiicuddlebug, and I thought he was a lot of fun to make too, and I like how he has that square shape to him, and the pattern was very, very easy to follow. Once again, I used Parfait Chunky, I think 4.5 hook. I didn't run into any issues with where I was placing the legs or anything like that. And the only thing that I would suggest to keep an eye on is for when it had the 8 across, it doesn't tell you to turn, it tells you to chain 1, but it doesn't say to turn. So that would be the only thing that might mess you up slightly, but it wasn't like a major issue or anything for me. And I think he's super cute and lovable, and they are a good size together. So I thought these are super cute. I'm probably going to give these guys to my son because he likes SpongeBob and he likes small things. So these are going to be perfect for my son. The next request I had was by Jennifer and Mark 2014. And Jen asks to see a lightsaber. And it's funny because Daisy TM actually commented below and stated that there was a lightsaber pattern, free pattern, available. And so I went right away into my Instagram and I found this one. And this lightsaber pattern is by Journey of Yarn. and I think it's so cute, and you can make them all different colors. I actually wanted to make a couple different colors. My son requested a red and a green one. I didn't have quite the right green, and then he asks for a blue one, and then I got sick, and so I never ended up making it. But I thought this pattern was so easy, so straightforward. The only issue I would say that you could run into is stuffing. It doesn't state to start stuffing until you get down to the red. You start up here and you work all the way down to here, and then it says to start stuffing. I started stuffing when I was like up here because I wanted it to be firm. I didn't want it to be flimsy or flat or anything, because I know exactly what my son is going to do with this when I let him, because he already started to, is he's going to whack this around. The second he saw it and he saw what it was, he said, oh my goodness, I want that now. And he started whacking me with it, just wailing me with this thing, because he knew it wasn't going to hurt. And then he started twisting and doing this with it. So I definitely would say you want to make this as firmly stuffed as possible to give it the most life it possibly can. And so that is what I was doing. And to do that, I just started at the very beginning, and I would stuff it in and spread it out as I'd go. I'd go a little bit further, fill in that little space that I had empty, and continue to go on and so forth. And it is a little lumpy bumpy right now, but that's because my son was playing pretty rough with it before this, and I was just twisting it. But other than that, I think this is super cute, super simple to make. I think this would be sweet for like a birthday, or for like a huge Star Wars fan, or I thought even like a birthday party. You could make like however many kids are coming to your birthday party, and you could find out what their favorite color is, and you could put like this, and when they come into the party, they can pick out their color, and then they can play with them if they're having a Star Wars themed party. So cute little party favor for that, and I think it's super cute and fun and playful and very easy and quick to make. This took me less than an hour to make, and so yeah, that was a fun little project to do. Let me know in the comments what color you would choose if you were gonna make one for yourself. The last item I made ended up being my largest item, even though it was only supposed to be a little teeny tiny keychain. So I had a request by Bronwyn May. I hope I said your name right. Or Branwyn May. Sorry if I said your name wrong. And they requested to see a Pochita or anything Ghibli Studio. And although I was going to do Totoro, I did not get to it today, so I'm sorry about that. But I did get to Pochita, and I don't know Pochita. I don't know the character, so this is completely new character to me. I've seen it around, but I've never like seen the show or anything like that. So I hope it represents the character as closely as I possibly could, based off of what I got with the pattern. And this was also supposed to be keychain style, and I ended up using Parfait Chunky and a 4.0 millimeter hook, and it turned out much larger. And here we go. I made a Pochita, and I feel like it did hit the mark based off of the pattern, but I'm not sure. You tell me if you think I hit the mark with it, for being that character. So this is the Pochita keychain by Crochet. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And yeah, I thought this was a fairly fun, slightly frustrating pattern. The only reason it ended up being slightly frustrating to me was that, one, there's a lot of sewing, and two, just the way it was formatted. Obviously, everything was beautiful in the sense of, here are the arms, here are the legs, here's the saw, here's the body, here's the tail, here's the handle, put them in at this point, da 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 da. But when I start a pattern, I like to do what what I should do to have it ready to go for the body first. But in this pattern, it says do the body. And so you do the body up until a certain point. And then from that point, it says now sew on the saw. And I'm like, but I didn't make the saw. And so I had to flip through like 3 or 4 pages to get to the saw instructions to create the saw and then to sew it onto the body, into the body before you close up the body. And so that was a little frustrating to me because if I would have known that, I would have done the saw and the cheeks and the arms and the legs and the feet and the tail and everything first, and then I would have built the body after, just so it would have been like more like assembly style, like, okay, so I'm making the body, okay, now sew it on, and then do this, and then do, but that's more of a nitpicky thing on my part than it is on the creator of the design. So I think this, other than that one little nitpicky, like, oh, you should have done this better because it is easier for me, which doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's easier for me. They're creating a pattern and they very clearly explain how to put that pattern together. So that was me. That was definitely a me issue, not a them issue. But me being a pattern tester all the time, I get a little particular sometimes on the patterns because I want them to be just like perfect for everyone. And then let's see, there was the only other issue I had with this pattern, and it wasn't even an issue, was it doesn't necessarily tell you exactly where to sew the legs and sew the arms and the legs on, or the tail. It doesn't tell you where to put them, but it has great pictures. So they use the pictures for like, here are 3 pictures to help you with your placement. But it doesn't specify like row, 10, 6 stitches apart. It doesn't specify it that way. But at the same time, mine turned out far bigger than what it should have turned out to be. So it would have been like this for keychain style, and mine came out more of like a plushie style. So maybe that was a good thing that it wasn't super specific, so that I could use my own judgment in the placement. I really did enjoy how it explains how to attach this on. And I like how it takes a moment out of creating the body to tell you, this is the time, attach this, this, and this within the body, and then close up the body. So that, very clever. I loved that. I loved how it had that in there, because I was a little worried when I first started that I saw it had the little pipe cleaner, and I was like, how am I going to attach that without it coming out? But I literally hold this thing up like with the handle. So that's supposed to be the handle, and I hold him up with this handle. And he's not going anywhere. So he's very secure, and I did exactly what they told me to do within the pattern. So I love that. This pattern does call for lots of different things. So it calls for a certain size weight for the body. The saw is supposed to be a different size weight. So they used velvet on theirs, and that's why theirs came out so much smaller. And I think they also used like a 3.0 hook, where I used a 4.0 hook. So that is also why theirs came out smaller. But I didn't want mine to be keychain size anyway, so good. And then it calls for an acrylic or 4.0 weight saw yarn, and I ended up doing the same yarn all the way through. I was a little worried about sizing, but I think the sizing came out just fine on it. Also calls for pipe cleaners, and it calls for felt around the eyes. I did not do felt around the eyes. I just did a little bit of white around the eye. And I feel like it gave it the same effect without me having to cut out felt. And so I I'm happy with him. I just hope he came out accurate to what the character is supposed to be. So you guys let me know if he came out similar to what the character is supposed to look like. But anyway, those were the 4 items I created this week. And next time I do one of these, I will definitely try to get more creations done for you before I come and film. But like I said, I did want to get you guys a video out, and so out on time this time, since I was late on my first of the week video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know what you thought, what was your favorite, what you think you might make, and give me a heart in whatever color you would like to let me know you got all the way through this video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Like, subscribe, do all that fun jazz that you can do, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.